Please video like and subscribe this channel. I had never been one to make mistakes. As a human engineer aboard interstellar research vessels, I was meticulous, precise, and cautious. Yet, that night, one small lapse in judgment changed everything. One door I wasn't meant to enter became the portal to a night I would never forget, a night dominated by an alien woman who seemed to bend reality around her. Beginning, the mistake. The research station, orbiting the planet Zerathis Prime, was an architectural marvel. Floating modules connected by translucent corridors shimmered in soft light, and every surface hummed with alien energy. I had been assigned to repair the station's energy conduit systems, a straightforward job, or so I thought. After completing my routine check in the main hub, I noticed a corridor I hadn't seen before. It was dimly lit, almost beckoning. Curiosity got the better of me, and I stepped through the threshold. The door at the end of the corridor was slightly ajar. I hesitated, then pushed it open and froze. Inside stood an alien woman. She was breathtaking. Her skin shimmered like polished obsidian, her eyes glimmered with multiple layers of iridescent color, and her presence exuded authority and dominance. She turned her gaze toward me, and for a moment, the station's hum seemed to fade, leaving only the weight of her stare. "You shouldn't be here," she said, her voice low but commanding, echoing in my mind as much as in the room. I'm sorry," I stammered, stepping back. "I thought this was." She didn't let me finish. With a swift motion, she pressed a panel on the wall. The door clicked and slid shut. Locked. "You're here now," she said, taking a step closer. "And tonight, this room belongs to me." Middle, the power dynamic. Panic rose in my chest. I had dealt with alien machinery, but not alien authority or alien control of an environment. The room itself seemed to respond to her presence. Lights dimmed and shifted colors as she moved. The air vibrated slightly, as if charged with energy. I can leave," I said, trying to regain composure, though every instinct screamed against it. "Leave," she echoed, a faint smile playing on her lips. "Do you think it works that way here?" "Not tonight." She moved closer, and I felt the gravity of her presence. My pulse quickened, but a strange calm settled over me. Her control wasn't just physical, it was mental, subtle, commanding respect without force. She had claimed the room, the night, and, in a sense, me. "You humans are fragile," she said softly. "But there's something different about you. Curious. Adaptable. That may make this interesting." The air around us shimmered as she extended her hands, drawing light and energy into delicate arcs that danced around her fingers. I realized then that I wasn't just trapped physically, I was caught in a web of influence I didn't understand. Middle, the unexpected bond. Hours passed, or perhaps minutes. Time seemed to bend around her. She didn't harm me, yet I couldn't move freely. The alien woman guided the room, the lights, and even the subtle currents of the air as though she were conducting an invisible orchestra. "What do you want from me?" I asked, finally finding my voice. "Observe," she said simply. "Learn. Feel. Understand." And so I did. She taught me, not with words but with demonstration, the delicate balance of energy flowing through the station's systems. She allowed me to touch and redirect power, guiding me with subtle nudges. Every correct action earned a rare nod or flicker of approval, each mistake met with a glance that could have ignited or destroyed. Despite the tension, a connection formed. I began to sense her moods, her intentions, and, oddly, her trust. The initial fear transformed into fascination. I realized that this night wasn't just a test, it was a revelation. She wanted me to see her world, her control, and perhaps, to understand my place in it. "You're learning quickly," she murmured. "Few humans grasp the nuances of this energy." I felt pride, Yes, but also a strange intimacy. The alien woman was not just dominant, she was a teacher, a guardian of secrets, and, in some ways, a companion in the solitude of the station. Middle, the challenges. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the station. External forces, rogue scavengers from Zerathi's Prime, had detected energy fluctuations and were attempting to breach the station. "You have a choice," she said calmly. "Help, or watch this room and perhaps more fall into chaos." I rushed to the control panels she had directed me to, applying what I had learned under her guidance. The alien woman extended her influence, bending power currents, stabilizing failing conduits, and guiding the defense protocols. Together, human ingenuity and alien control created an unstoppable synergy. Energy arcs flared, doors sealed, and defensive turrets activated in perfect coordination. Within minutes, the threat was neutralized. The room and the station was safe. She turned to me, eyes glimmering with satisfaction. "You adapted well under pressure. That is impressive. I couldn't have done it without you," I admitted. "Your control, your guidance, it's incredible." She tilted her head, studying me as if weighing my sincerity. "Perhaps," she said finally, "humans are not as simple as I expected. And perhaps you are worth keeping around." Ending, resolution and respect. The night drew to a close. The door, once locked, slid open at her command. I could leave now, yet I didn't move immediately. "You won't remember this as just fear or mistake," she said softly. "Tonight was learning. You've seen power few humans witness, and perhaps glimpsed a truth about yourself." I nodded, understanding. The room, the night, the locked door, it had been more than a challenge. It had been a mirror, reflecting both my limitations and my potential. As I stepped out into the corridor, she watched silently, the glow of her presence fading into the station's ambient light. I felt a mix of relief, exhilaration, and something else, a spark of respect and connection that transcended species and circumstance. I would never forget that night. The wrong room, the alien woman, the locked door, they had revealed a world and a power I had never imagined. And while the station resumed its quiet hum, I carried with me a knowledge and a bond that would linger far longer than the memory of fear. Sometimes, mistakes are not failures, they are gateways to understanding, connection, and unexpected strength. And that night, I had walked through one such gateway.